Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me for another edition of Kelsey's Corner. I'm Kelsey O'Donnell here in our digital studio, what I like to call my sports corner. And I've got some great news to kick this week's edition off. Greenville was put on the map yesterday as the Little League Softball World Series announced that they will be holding their tournament here in Greenville come August. I was over at Stallings Stadium at Elm Street Park and listen to all these details.
I'm really pleased to announce that here today that the 2020 Little League Softball World Series will be moving to a new home right here in the great city of Greenville.
After a long search and evaluation, today the Little League World Series made it official. Their new home for the next 5 years will be right in our backyard.
And we had to keep it hush-hush as much as we could, but we're excited to be able to show them what we're going to do here in Greenville.
We're excited about the caliber of players that will be here, the international component that's going to be part of this tournament, and really the economic impact is going to be great for the city. Really,
come August 2020, top athletes from around the world will travel to Eastern North Carolina for their World Series experience, and their new destination was really a no-brainer.
Number one, the city officials are outstanding, the Greenville Little League community outstanding, and then you throw in that Stallings Stadium on top of that. It was really an easy decision for us.
To add to the excitement, the games will be broadcasted live on ESPN for the third year in a row. But for now, it's crunch time for the city.
You know, now you're the host, so you've got 10 teams that are going to be relying on our destination for an experience that they're going to want to remember for a lifetime.
All right, the tournament will run from August 12th through the 19th. Now, up on the college football playing level, the East Carolina Pirates' 2020 football schedule was announced this week. And just today, East Carolina is announcing a change in its schedule as the Pirates will kick off their 2020 slate a week early against Marshall to recognize the 50th anniversary of the plane crash of 1970. Their season opening game will be played during week 0 of the college football season at Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium in honor of the 70 passengers and 5 crew members who lost their lives traveling back from their game against East Carolina 50 years ago. And earlier this week, the full schedule was announced. There will be 3 games that are not played on a Saturday this season, as the Pirates will host Central Florida on September 24th for their first Thursday game of the year and open of conference play. They will hit the road to play Tulsa on Friday, October 30th, and take on Cincinnati up at Nippert Stadium on Thursday, November 12th. ECU will also host the Navy Midshipmen for homecoming on October 17th, Tulane on November 7th, and they will round out their season for Senior Day on November 28th against the SMU Mustangs. Now, this is not the full list of the scheduled games. The detailed schedule can be found online on our sports page at WNCT.com. All right, and on the high school football rank, there have been 2 major head coaching football changes this week. Washington High School named Perry Owens as the Pampac's new head football coach. First reported by the Washington Daily News, Owens served as John Blank's offensive coordinator and was named the interim coach when Blank left the program. All right, and if one coaching change wasn't enough, there's another one, a coaching change across town, this one at Ayden-Grifton. Former J.H. Rose defensive coordinator Todd Leip is being promoted to the head coaching job of the Chargers football team after longtime head coach Paul Cormel resigned earlier this month. Leip comes in as the 6th head coach in Chargers football history. So here at 9 Side, we're super excited for both of these coaches and excited to see what they bring to the table come this fall for their upcoming seasons. The Daytona 500 kicked off NASCAR's 2020 season this past weekend, and it wrapped up in a fiery finish. It was the 62nd running of the event, and it sure did not disappoint. It was contested over 209 laps, extended to an overtime finish. After multiple rain delays and crash reports, Denny Hamlin was the man to cross the finish line first, winning by .014 seconds over Ryan Blaney on the second restart in overtime. Hamlin became the second driver with 3 victories at a Daytona 500 in a 5-year span. Here's his post-race reaction.
Well, it's special. I mean, it's going to take a few days for me to really let it sink in and think about the history that we made. You know, the people that have done it back to back or won it 3 times is a super exclusive list that my crew chief reminded me that I had a chance to be a part of. But you never really think it's possible until it happens. But we set some lofty goals this year, and to have another victory in the Daytona 500 means so much to us, and it keeps that momentum that we had from last year.
All right, and before that checker flag was waved and Hamlin claimed his victory, Ryan Newman was seriously injured in a fiery crash on the last lap of the race. Newman's car flipped several times before coming to a stop during Monday's race. He was sent immediately to the Halifax Health Medical Center in Daytona Beach, Florida, following the crash. Yesterday, he was released from the hospital in good health and condition, and he's pictured here leaving hand in hand with his 2 daughters. All right, that will do it for this week's edition of Kelci's Corner. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back next week with the latest sports, national, and local headlines right here in my Sports Corner. Thanks so much for watching.